Robert Kiyosaki's most terrifying message. Robert Kiyosaki is one of the world's famous financial educators. His books have been bestsellers for years. He is the founder of many valuable companies, including games, to teach children about finance. If you are interested in self-improvement and finance, then I bet the book Rich Dad Poor Dad is either on your own or your wish list. Now, why are we speaking about him? He has an important message for you. What is it? Are you curious to know? Then keep watching. Robert Toru Kiyosaki, born on April 8, 1947, is an American entrepreneur, businessman, and author. His company, the Rich Dad Company, provides personal and financial education. The content is delivered through books and videos. It is private. The company's main revenue comes from hundreds of franchisees of the Rich Dad seminars held worldwide. Independent individuals conduct seminars about personal finance using Robert Kiyosaki's brand name for a certain fee. In addition, he created board games and software games to educate children about finance. He is one of the most dedicated authors who has written 26 books. His book, Rich Dad and Poor Dad, is one of the bestsellers and has sold more than 41 million copies. It has been translated into 51 languages. Robert recently spoke about what happened to the global economy in the last decade. After the financial crisis, the central bank printed huge amounts of currency to increase liquidity. This went on for more than 5 years. The US stopped it at the beginning of the year 2016. The interest rates raised in 2019 compared to 2016. Many other factors influenced the economy, but the interest rate is one of the major factors. It is a known fact that the dollar runs the world. It doesn't matter what you think of the dollars, but at the end of the day, using the dollar system is one of the many factors that affect the economy. The largest military, capital, banks, and many other institutions suck all the liquidity. You need dollars to walk in this world, irrespective of where you live. Speaking about gold is at an all-time high in all other currencies apart from dollars. This makes people think of gold and the dollar as rivals. But gold will always win this battle, according to Robert. In a perfect world where there's a free market and no restrictions from the government, people would choose gold as a currency. But we don't live in a free market, and because of the governments worldwide, it is impossible. He said that if there was a fight to make gold a standard, governments would stand against it and tamper with the value of gold. His thoughts on the US economy were different pre-COVID and post-COVID. He thought that the rest of the world would use liquidity while the US would be considered low, but the post-COVID situation is different. The US is also sucking in liquidity like the rest of the world. Here, the liquidity doesn't just go into cash. It goes into companies with great growth potential like Microsoft, IBM, etc. that pay a dividend. To understand how this works, consider that you are in Argentina and have some savings. If you want to invest these savings, you have a lot of options. For example, you can exchange it for dollars. Then, peso, Argentinian currency will go down by 10% and you have just made 10%. You can also invest your savings in some company, let's say IBM. If IBM pays you 3% or 4% as a dividend, you have made 13% or 14% more. Of course, the value of your investment in IBM may vary. Also, IBM may rise, and so does your money on IBM. But if you are in the US, you do not have this advantage. The reason is simple. The dollar is your currency if you are in the US. His final word is that the dollar is the currency in high demand. Many people don't like this, but the world doesn't care. Even though the government is printing dollars, its demand is more than the supply. The demand for the dollar is through the roof because even the debt of countries is in dollars. Every country, whether it operates on dollar or not, it should pay back its debt in dollars. The demand for dollars mainly comes from the interest that is paid on these dollar loans in terms of dollars. Robert Kiyosaki thinks that the US dollar will rise high and all the tangible assets in the US will be of great value in the future. The only demise here is that the monetary system is not designed to strengthen the dollar, but the US currency will rise higher than any other currency in the market unless the Fed decides to reset the entire system somehow. Do you agree with Robert Kiyosaki's message? Let us know in the comments. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to never miss an update.